Park. They've been ahead all day, but Hawthorn came back fairly well in the third quarter. Purser and Payton, or Byrne it was rather, knocked down to Russo for Hawthorn, out to right half forward. Brian Cordy is there. The speed is from Robertson. He gets steamrolled and will get a free kick.
I thought that was a fair bump, Pete.
Well, I must admit I agree with you, Lou. Let's hope that bumping and tackling doesn't get taken out of our game. Long kick into the goal square, off the hands of Brereton, flying for the mark and through for 1 point. He had to go for it, of course, and it's now 7 points the difference. And the big black cloud again coming over Princes Park. We had a heavy shower in the second quarter, during which Footscray went away. That was their best quarter of the match. Towering punt kick by Sewell, and the mark taken out there for Hawthorn by Russo, who came on in the third quarter.
Certainly made the difference, hasn't he?
He's been quite a good player. Up to full forward again. And again, good defence by Footscray. Sees the ball rush through for one behind to Hawthorn. And that makes the difference now 6 points. 7-21. Atrocious kicking by Hawthorn. And the percentage-wise, Footscray's, I suppose, isn't that much better. Sewell again. Looking for Purser. Byrne got into his back. And the umpire has found a free kick. It will go to the big West Australian, who's played fairly well again today. A good debut in VFL football, his first 3 games. In front, Russo. Robertson. He's been a good player for Hawthorn. Long kick up the full forward. Matthews touched that one, I think. Through for one behind, and the umpire says all clear, 1 point.
Now it's a free kick, Pete.
It's going to Sewell.
Against Matthews.
Behind is Robertson. Thumps it down for Wallace. The two Wallaces are there. Kennedy, rather. Kennedy for Footscray, high towards centre wing. Knight and Eade, neither can gain possession. Ronald Wigan close to the boundary line. It's kept in play by Knight. Back it comes to Hawthorn's Kennedy, and in the back, but it's going to Williams from Wallace up towards full forward. Beasley and Moore backing up. Edmund, the skipper, runs into goal. Slam it, puts it through, and the Bulldogs look set for another boil over. 7:21.63 to 10:15.75.
And they've got a great lead at the 2.5-minute mark of this last quarter as we watch it in replay now. And there's Jimmy Edmund, their skipper, setting a fine example down there to kick that goal. They're 12 points in front. Now the pressure's really on Hawthorn, undefeated for the year. Will this be their first defeat? And will it be the Bulldogs to do it? The new glamour side of the league. Knocked out by the big fella again. Purser. There's a chance. Oh, it could be too high to Royal. They get the free kick at centre field. This may give them a bit of encouragement. And of course, they've played very well, particularly in that first half of the match. The kick by Royal is not a good one. It's a grubber, but it'll come off all right over to Williams. Backing out of Groenewagen. A hand pass coming out to Burton. Snap for goal, looking for Beasley. And Jimmy Edmund there. No one can take the mark. Backing up well as Ayres. Gets the ball wide out to that half-back flank. Over to there to Kennedy, who's played very well for Hawthorn today. Goes for a pass. Oh, Brown on a great mark. He played very well in that third quarter after a slow start. And he and Russo are the two players that brought Hawthorn back into the game. There's the kick by Broden down there towards Matthews. And Lethal Lee's got the mark in front of Sewell that time. Of course, Matthews playing at full forward since about halfway through the second quarter. Matthews is going for a pass, a player left under 10 that time, and he's a dangerous player. It's Buckenara running on, firing for the goal. He should have gone back for the kick instead of himself. And there's a good mark taken in defence by Hansen. Might have been Buckenara had gone back for the kick that time. He was very hurried in the action. So it's 12 points the difference, a 15-metre penalty here. This will give Hansen a chance to really land this ball up there towards the wing position on the outer side. 10-15-75 Footscray to Hawthorn, 7:21.63. 4 minutes gone. By golly, this last quarter will seem like hours for Footscray. Moncrief warming up to come onto the ground.
Only if they're in front, Lou. If they're behind, it mightn't be long enough. Then again, they're well in front at the moment and have been all day. Footscray through forward, go forward, up towards Russell Green. Caught. Eade from left half-back flank, doesn't get a favourable bounce. McPherson almost picks him up. Eade short pass. Brereton missed the mark. Perrin tried to play on. Buckenara to Tuck was good handball. Tuck steadies, goes goalwards and through for 1 point. So Hawthorn getting closer. Moncrief back onto the ground. 10-15-75 to 7-22-64. They'll have kicking boots on to practice at Glenferrie during the week, win or lose. Sewell. No mark played there. Out comes Mew to Wallace to Russo. Brian Cordy back towards centre wing. Kennedy for Hawthorn. He's probably been their most consistent player for 4 quarters. He'll go inboard towards centre field, and the mark taken out there by Robertson. Hawthorn swing into attack again. The Footscray defence has been solid so far all day. Schwab. I think there's little leverage on the bottom of the pack, and umpire Kevin Smith has decided to ball it up. 6 minutes have gone in the final quarter. Purser and Byrne. Down to Wallace, to Russo, up to full forward. Moncrief is there. Matthews. Wallace. Over his head. Goal! And Hawthorn come a little bit closer once more on Sevens Big League. 10-15-75. Footscray, Hawthorn 8-22-70.
Well, the burning question is now, can the inexperienced Bulldogs bounce back only 5 points the difference? We see that in replay, and a very good goal and a handy one for Hawthorn. Well, the pressure on now as we approach the 7-minute mark of this last quarter. 5 points the difference, and if we got a ball game on our hands here at Princes Park. Ball knocked out by Byrne in the ruck. A bit of a clash there. It comes out as a chance for Buckenara to send Hawthorn back into attack. Down it goes to Lethal Lee Matthews, a real pressure player. But good play on the part of Sewell. Takes it away from, goes for a pass. Back there to Wallace. He couldn't pick it up. Oh, fumbled by Royal. Now Wallace again. Good play out to Royal. A hand pass coming out, but it's not a good one. This gives Byrne a chance to kick the ball back into attack. Two Footscray players here, and a good mark taken here in defence by Burton. Burton out there on that half-back flank position. Footscray in front by 5 points. The Hawks gradually pegging them back as it comes back to Mew, and that defence standing well for Hawthorn now. Tuck, oh, they both missed that. The ball finally comes down here. There's a chance for Brewer, and he goes down. In goes little Russo. A snap for goal. Will the Hawks be in front? No, it's 4 points the difference. 10-15-75 Footscray to Hawthorn. 8 goals, 23-71 as we approach the 8-minute mark. Or can they hang on or get a goal and make it all the more difficult for Footscray? Out it goes there to Big Purser. He taps it away from Tuck. They both go down.
Free kick.
Umpires found a free kick against Tuck. He was hanging on to Purser as the umpire indicated. And Purser, love on the ground now for Footscray. A good mark taken there by McKenna. Played a fair game. Should have had many good players, Footscray, but by golly, they put up a gallant effort. A beautiful balk as he drives the ball over the half-forward line, looking for Beasley. Off the top of the pack, here goes Jimmy Edmund, a snap for goal. And he's put it through. It's a goal. 3 goals for Jimmy Edmund. And they've got 11 points in front now. 8 goals, 23-71 points. It's 10 points. 11-15-81 Footscray.
The square, it's going to Byrne. Ayres. That rain will be with any tick of the clock. Mark taken down there by Perrin. Over the head of McKenna. Too long for him, out of bounds.
There'll be a free kick down the field, I think, Pete.
What was that for? I didn't see it. I was watching
Well,
Ayres.
McKenna was knocked after he'd kicked the ball.
He's got the free kick anyway.
I mean Perrin, I should say.
And the mark taken by, let's see, who's that? That's Royal. Ayres behind. Can't punch it away. There's Edmund again. McPherson. Footscray are alight here. He's gone down looking for Love. And Love can't take it before it's over the boundary line. It'll be thrown in the Footscray forward pocket. And the breeze has certainly picked up. It's blowing right into that pocket at the moment, to which Footscray are kicking.
And they've got to kick straight at the goals. They shouldn't mess about with that short passing, Peter, now.
Well, not when they've got the breeze behind them, Lou. That's pretty sensible, I think. Mew kicks it straight to Purser, who plays on and is caught.
So too, Pete. He was a bit lucky. Could have been dropping the ball firstly.
Breeze really picking. Purser kicks it straight to the opposition, but what's happening? Another free kick to Beasley. Oh, they're handing it to him on a plate. Beasley is about, let's see, 30 metres out, directly in front of goal. He would have to fall over to miss it, and he has already kicked 3. And one of those has also been from a free kick. This could be the sealer for Footscray. A goal umpire doesn't move a millimetre. 4 goals to Beasley.
And there's a box on between Beasley and Byrne there.
Well, that won't do anybody much good.
I think he's taken Beasley's mouth guard, has he? He took it out of his mouth and threw it a million miles away.
Well, Beasley ought to point to the scoreboard, which shows Hawthorn are getting a bit of a caning at the moment. It's 12-15, 87 to 8-23, 71. And Beasley, I think, has it back. A little bit of lemon juice to rinse the mouth out, and we're back in business again. 11 minutes gone in the final quarter, and Footscray consolidating 16 points in front. That could be enough under these conditions.
And down it goes again. A chance now for Footscray to get clear, but the ball driven over the centre-half forward position. The umpire said play on, as we see Purser get it out now, and Wallace drives it back into attack. Up it goes, but there's Moore, the ever-reliable Moore, coming out to take a good mark. They've had a great tussle, he and Beasley today. Beasley kicking 4 goals. Back it goes with a pass, and Buckenara's got it. And Hawthorn going to attack now through Buckenara. A long kick down to that forward pocket. Flying high was Moncrief. He can't pick up the mark. Now he's got the ball, a hand pass coming over to Swab. A snap for goal. And it's not a bad sort of a kick. It's a goal. And Hawthorn bounced back. So it's Footscray, 12 goals, 15, 87. The difference now, 10 points, 9-23, 77. Hawthorn, and we're at the 12.5-minute mark of this, the last quarter. We watch it in replay. Good play on the part of Moncrief that time. A hand pass over to Swab and a nice shot for goal. Well, you can't say that this hasn't been a tough game for both sides. And Payton ready to come on. Bouncing around on the interchange mark there, and the umpire ready to bounce the ball again. Big Purser hasn't come off the ball all day against Byrne. Byrne getting a big knock down there to centre-half forward. A chance for Burton. A hurried kick back. Up the top of the pack. Purser couldn't grab that. Finally, it comes out to McPherson, a hand pass to McKenna. Now it's Footscray's turn to go back. Oh, great mark there by Ayres. Got it about their work cut out today, this defence of Hawthorn's. A 15-metre penalty. We're 13 minutes into this quarter. The ball going back there towards the centre-half forward position. Oh, just about a mark. Yes, a good mark to Callett. I got it, and now let St.Kilda let this guy go. He's played a fair game today too, Peter.
I've got a few go down there, don't they?
There's the kick back by Callett, looking for Jimmy Edmund. He flies, gets his hands to it. Now it's the little Royler back to Wallace. Boggs, now he's going to have a long kick up there towards Beasley. Got a chance at the back, he flies, he got his nose picked up now by Kennedy, over to Mew. The ball shot back, but there's a go now. Oh, he played on this time. This is Neil Cordy, a running shot for goal. And he's put it through for a goal. That's the half-back cracker. And we see the score, 9-23-77 Hawthorn to Footscray, 13-15-93.
Well, that will definitely be the sealer now. Another upset win coming to the Bulldogs. Kick wasn't long enough. Cordy had followed his man down, shrugged the tackle well, straightened up, and easy as you like, 3.5 metres between each post, and they're singing already here at Princes Park, and it's not the Hawthorn theme song, I'm here to tell you. Could be on top of the ladder tonight, Footscray. They'll certainly sell a few kegs in the social club tonight. Out comes the other Cordy now. That's Bryan. McPherson, took off before nominations. The umpire calls play on, and it will be a ball up at left half forward for Footscray, who hold what I think under these conditions is just about a match-winning lead of 93-277.
I tell you what, Pete, they've played desperate football all day, and I thought they were gone at three-quarter time, and they've bounced back.
Hawthorn got to within 5 points. Byrne wins that one. Wallace, tuck over to Russo. He should have been on all day, judging by his performance in the second half. Perrin got underneath it, but couldn't take the mark for the Bulldogs. Loveridge picks it up for Hawthorn. Matthews gets tackled by 4 or 5 players, and a free kick going to Footscray.
In a dirty day for Lee too, Pete.
He had 6 kicks in the first quarter, Lou, but he's floated out in the second half. Knocked away by Byrne. Groenewegen picks it up for Footscray. Could have almost been a mark, actually. And it will be a throw-in on the outer side of the ground. It's going to be Byrne and Purser Won by Byrne, hit it straight to Wallace, who was grabbed, looking for the free kick, and he's got it. Played in front most of the day, Footscray, so they've got most of the free kicks. Knocked over the head of Green. Another chance for a Bulldog score. McPherson couldn't do much with it. He's got another chance now. A free kick, and this time it's going to Hawthorn. And let's see who's going to take it. It'll be Schwab. Short pass to Russo. Offloaded by McKenna. Back to Royal. Gronewegan at half forward. This will sew it right up. If he's accurate, and he is. Goal. That's it. Bulldogs are home. 14-15, 99 to 9-23, 77. And look at the smiles on their faces. You think they've won the FA Cup?
Well, good luck, and they've been down for so long, and what a sterling performance it is today. They've killed them. As I said before, I thought they were gone at three-quarter time because they had the touch of the Staggers. Hawthorn got within 15 points, but by golly, they've shown tremendous courage and determination by bouncing back, and what's more, they've played a pretty good brand of football too. That's more important. There he goes, knocked out by Byrne, then again by Purser. Tuck's in trouble. Their stars can't break clear at the moment like they normally do, and the umpire said, I'll ball it up again at centre field. We're over the 16-minute mark. 14-15, 99 Footscray to Hawthorn, 9-23, 77. Let's see this bounce again. Purser against Byrne. Purser gets it down. Going through is Williams. They've thrown themselves at it. McKenna drives it back into attack. A chance now here for Love to pick it up. He can't get clear, but there's a go now. A hand pass coming out wide and going after is their skipper. Taps the ball and actually hit Swab in the face that time, but he still won't give in. Edmund, the ball is out of bounds. He might get a free kick for a push in the back. Oh, everything's falling into place for Footscray today. Hawthorn supporters not too happy about that decision. The kick is up there towards the goals now. There's a go now. Williams tried to get a hurried kick through. Back there to Moore on the line. He's in trouble. Grabbed by Beasley. Shrugs him off nicely. Out wide, right across goals. And a mark taken out there by Robertson. We're approaching the 17.5-minute mark and time running out for the Hawks as we see Robertson get a 15-metre penalty. This brings him right up to the half-back line. At the back is Purser and he's got the mark. As I said before, hasn't been off the ball all day. He's done a sterling job too over the centre half-forward position. And that's a good mark in defence there by Green, who was a very good player in the first half, but it's faded out since then. The kick is back towards centre half forward, and once again it's Purser. They're gathering confidence the further the game goes. Out to Sewell, wide out there to Perrin, and he takes an easy mark out there in front of Loveridge on the centre wing position. I think at the moment Hawthorn are dropping their bundle. They're not putting out much of a fight as we see the Bulldogs running away from them now. A long kick over the half-forward line. Coming in to meet it is Kennedy. Got the right bounce this time at half-back and takes the ball away from the danger zone.
I guess Hawthorn can consider themselves lucky it's not at the Western Oval. Tuck tried to get clear of Perrin but couldn't do so. The 15-metre penalty applied, but the Bulldogs did the job they wanted to do and stop him. Wallace takes it in front of Sewell. Hardly been a bad Footscray player today. Been a great team effort. Byrne, too tall. Buckenara collected his knee, I think, right on the back of his neck. Michael Byrne is, let's see, 5 metres out, maybe a smidgen further. A chance to put a bit of respectability into Hawthorn's score. This doesn't read too well at 9:23, does it? That's a goal. Judging by the silence behind the goals, and Byrne brings up his second. And so it's 10-23, that's 83. Footscray 14-15, 99.
There's a chance now for Corder to go for a long hand pass over to Love on his own, and Footscray away and running. This kid goes for a long kick as he should. Not a very good kick, he gets it out wide, but it'll be okay. Gronewegan picks it up nicely, a running shot for goal. And he's put it through for a goal, so you can play in your goal.
Yes, no doubt about that, Lou. Footscray answering every challenge here. They brought the ball from the back pocket without a Hawthorn player really gaining possession. Love, beautiful balk. He came in when Lund couldn't take his place on the side. And it's like Liverpool here at FA Cup time.
They're certainly not Hawthorn supporters, Peter.
Hawthorn supporters have all gone home. Haven't had much to cheer about today. 25 minutes gone. Final turn. Purser taps it to Loveridge. Nobody can get it out of the packet. Centre field. Kevin Smith will ball it up. Would like to be the comedian in the Hawthorn Social Club tonight. Knocked away by Brereton. And umpire Kevin Smith again decides on the bounce. Well, they've knocked off Carlton, grand finalists of last year, and now preliminary finalists Hawthorn are added to the Bulldog menu. Knocked away by Williams, not too far, nobody can get clear, and ball up number 3.
Well, after that statement, Pete, you never know, Footscray could be premiers for 1983, couldn't they?
Well, they certainly could. Certainly no fluke now. Payton to Tuck over his head, up towards left half forward, a chance for Matthews. Matthews to Russo, who, as I said, has done very well in the second half for Hawthorn, trying to find Moncrief. Burton is there for Footscray, traps it well, boot to ball quickly, out towards the half-back line, doesn't bounce too well for Schwab, it does for Love. Away goes Love. Robertson to Payton. Torpedo punt kick up to Matthews. Behind the pack, waiting as Wallace. This will be a goal. And it just scrapes in, but there's no cheering at all. It's like an interstate match in Adelaide between Victoria and South Australia. 26 and a half minutes gone. 15-16, 106 Footscray, 11-24, 90 Hawthorn.
Well, full marks to Footscray. They haven't won it yet, but you can just about put down your glasses over. We see this in replay, and an easy goal here for Wallace. He played it short. Getting it across the ground for a goal. Love possibly at fault that time. Should have kicked the ball long instead of across the ground. But still, they're still in front. That's the main thing by 16 points. I think time will beat Hawthorn now. Payton goes the big knock down there to Wallace, and they go back into attack as they go now for Judge. He's hardly had a touch over to Robertson. This could be a goal coming up. They're really fighting back. They haven't thrown the sponge, and it's another goal. So it's 10 points the difference. Oh, golly, 22 and a half minutes gone. Can they get up and win it now? They'd be terribly stiff. 27 and a half minutes gone, I should say. 12-24, 96. Hawthorn to Footscray, 15-16, 106. It'd be a tragedy if Footscray lost this now after sticking in there so long. Centre bounce again. And you've got to give full marks to Hawthorn. They looked as though they were gone, but they're bouncing back. It's typical of Hawthorn. Knocked out by the big fella, Purser. Robertson with a hand pass. Punched on again by Payton. Down there towards Brereton. Taps the ball on. But it'll be a free kick to Brereton to go into attack again. They're only trailing by 10 points. And we're about 28 minutes into this quarter. Brereton will land this in the goal square. Go for the long kick. It falls a bit short. Matthews is there off the top of the pack. A hand pass coming out to Perrin. And at least they get it away from that goal square. Love misses the ball. So did Schwab. Back again it goes. Picked up by Kennedy. It'll be a long kick into that goal square, waiting for one of those big guys to mark it. There's Byrne getting it. It's kicked off the ground again. And Burton pounced on it for Footscray. But back it goes. It's Schwab sending it back again. A short pass. It'll be okay. No, Loveridge dropped it. And a fumble. And a chance now for Judge to pick it up. It's good play by McKenna. Grabbed by the leg. I thought he was grabbed by the leg there, but the umpire said no, it'll be a ball up. 29 minutes gone, and they're in front by 10 points. Can they hang in there, Footscray, and beat one of the unbeaten sides of the league, Hawthorn? Knocked out by the big fella. Purse, not a good knockout. The umpire said play on as they scrimmage around there, another ball up. This will certainly suit Footscray because time running out as we approach the 29 and a half minute mark. 28 and a half. Well, I'm getting rattled myself as the ball is knocked out. The umpire's found a free kick. It'll be to Footscray. And it'll go there to the big fellow, Purser, who hasn't been off the ball all day. He's done a marvellous job for them. The ball kicked back there towards the wing position. Groenewegen goes for the play on. And there's a go now for Jimmy Edmund. After him is Ayres. Coming across this time is Green. Edmonds there. He goes for a hand pass. And Love's running to an open goal. That's picked him up. He's got a goal. And I would say it's all over now. What a game this has been by Footscray. 12-24, 96 Hawthorn. The Footscray 16-16. 112 points. And we're right on the 29-minute mark. Here we go and replay again. Good gutsy play on the part of Jimmy Edmund. Nearly over, out of his feet, and over to Little Love and a step for goal. And that's the sort of result that Footscray wanted. So it's back to the centre now. And time just about out. I would say the siren due to go any time. Oh, Purser goes down. The umpire's found a free kick, saying that Payton hit him in the face. There's the time, approaching the 30-minute mark of this quarter. And it's the big fella Purser to take the free kick at centre field. A long kick over that half-forward line. Flying high that time was Love, couldn't hold the mark. A bit of a stack up here. It's knocked out towards Tuck. And finally picked up by McKenna. Goes for a short pass. It'll be okay. And Groenewegen got it. And he'd be at centre half forward about 50 metres out from goal and already kicked 2 goals for the Bulldogs. They're 112 points to Hawthorn 96 points. What on the 30-minute mark now? There's the kick by Groenewegen. It's a long kick. And it's a beautiful kick by Groenewegen. Goal number 3. And the Footscray supporters going mad. And why shouldn't they? They've won 3 in a row now. 12-24-96 Hawthorn. The Footscray 17-16, 118. Well, it's been a great game. There's Groenewegen coming in for that kick, and that's a mighty punt kick at the goal. A torpedo punt going right through the middle. And look, they're all happy, and so they should be. They've been in the doldrums for a long, long time. This could rejuvenate Victorian football if we see Purser get it out again. To McKenna, he's played a great little game too, a gutsy game. Picked up by Swab, threads his way through the pack. The ball back there to centre half forward. Knocked out, a chance for Kennedy to get clear. He goes down, but they're backing up well. Keller with a hand pass that wide to Burton, who's been a pretty handy player here all day, scouting around those packs. A short pass, and McPherson's got the mark on the centre wing position. And we're over the 30-minute mark. McPherson goes to centre half forward now. The bell due to go, or the siren. Over it goes to Williams. He couldn't get a hand pass out. Picked up by Robertson. Finally over to Kennedy for Hawthorn. Another long hand pass. Swab with one. No, he was going to go for one back, but decided to go for the kick. Looking for Tuck, and Tuck takes the mark around the centre half forward position for Hawthorn. Footscray 17-16, 118 to Hawthorn 12-24-96. There's Green. Oh, they're struggling now as the ball is driven up there by Wallace. A long shot for goal, but they're off target and through for 1 point. 17-16, 118 Footscray to Hawthorn. To Hawthorn 12-25-97. 32 minutes gone of this quarter, and the siren ready to go any tick of the clock. I'll go mad in the old town there out there at Western Oval tonight. There's the siren. The top side Hawthorn undefeated, and what a thrill it must be for Footscray. 17-16, 118 to Hawthorn.
And he just about blew the whistle before the ball actually got to his teammate, Preston's teammate. So Emmett Dunn and McCann will do battle. Dunn got the tap, been tapped back toward the boundary line. Looks like another one for the boundary umpire. Diving in there was Preston, tried to hook it out to a teammate. Oh, there's a big fire over there. We've got a fire in the stand. Listen, the football's not that hot, but we've got a fire over there in the in one of the food stands, and people have left the scene very quickly. Did they evacuate that area? It looks like a gas cylinder or something's gone fire. Up toward the half-forward zone. Greg in front, of the mark is taken by that player.
A very good mark by Keith Greg on half-back flank. In front of Morris Rioli, and well, Greg, we all know what a champion player he is, and a very strong overhead for a player of his size. Up towards centre wing, you saw the wind holding that ball up in the air. So certainly the wind is favouring the end, which Richmond is kicking to. We have been playing 3 minutes into the time-on period of the first quarter.
And the fire rages in the background as Richmond lead is still there, 5-5-35 to 139 points. Good shot by Joe Wharton, our cameraman, showing you all the action here on Sevens Big League at the North Melbourne, the Arden Street ground, and the police doing a little bit of evacuating over there. There might be some gas cylinders over there that could explode too. That's one of the problems here. So the player's been held up, as you can see. I think the fire extinguisher is.
And what actually happened, a teenage assistant and his offsider narrowly escaped injury. A gas cylinder exploded at the kiosk. The attendant said he was taking a break when he saw children jump from the roof of the kiosk, hitting a copper connecting pipe between the gas cylinders and the stove. Firemen were quickly on the scene, as you can see, and they very quickly had the fire under control, but a nasty incident avoided by some quick work by the very efficient Metropolitan Fire Brigade. played. As I mentioned, Richmond started off the better of the two teams. They led at quarter time by some 26 points, and North Melbourne tried to get back into the action. We pick up play now during the second quarter of the match at the Arden Street ground, some 19 minutes into the term. Peter McKenna and Jack Edwards, our commentators.
He travels down the half-back line, with a chance here for Maguire to spoil. Been well taken this occasion by Fury, a long way up round. Hand passes on now, he backs himself. Fury's long hand pass now finds Glendenning. Glendenning puts it in short to Cracker, and Jimmy Cracker takes the mark. That was a nice piece of work. Oh, funny looking kick, wasted opportunities. Schimmelbusch put it down. He wasn't tackled. He goes in again, suckers it off the ground toward the forward pocket. A chance now for coming out from the full-back position is Baum. The left foot clearing kick goes toward Rawlings on the outer side. He was thumped aside, pushed in the back by Carlton, and a free kick.
Yes, good decision by the umpire, and it's Barry Rawlings with the mud over his number. Lucky we can see that he's that familiar left foot kick. Back it comes towards Phil Cracker, taken away there by Rioli. Out it comes towards his teammate there in Landy. Landy up towards Roach. Glendenning chips in, a very courageous mark taken by Ross Glendenning at centre half back.
Could be a 15-metre penalty coming there. The umpire's now called play on. It comes toward Phil Cracker. He takes this mark. Possibly a 15-metre penalty. The umpire said not.
Well, I think that definitely should have been.
Well, it wasn't. He's given the pass to Maguire. Maguire can see a lead by Jonas. That's where it's meant. Jonas can't take it. North Melbourne not handling the ball as well as they could be. Fury picks up. He balks once. Here's a chance for a goal by Tony Fury, but it's a kick that wobbled off the boot. I thought it was going to miss, and it's through. Fury kicks his second goal. Richmond 7-6-48, and the North Melbourne score now being changed to show they are 4-6. That will be 30 points on Seven's big lead.
Great play by Tony Fury. He picked that ball up. He's a very, very casual player. He picked that up. He took his time, balked around a player when he could have fired. For such a young player, he could have hurried. He took his time, balked around a player and put that one through. As you said, Jack, it was a wobbly old kick. It wasn't the original drop punt.
Came off the boot, funnily. I thought it was going through for a point, but it must have wobbled itself straight. At the centre bounce, 21 minutes into the second quarter, and Richmond going into attack through Lee after a hand pass from Waitman. Up toward Roach, dench in the back of Roach slightly. That's Bartlett, a chance to slip one through from the pocket. It's a goal, kicked by Kevin Bartlett. Good roving, good football by Kevin Bartlett there. That was a fine goal by Bartlett. He's doing his job up there, roving to the packs, and the scoreboard changes once again. North Melbourne 4-6, 30 points, trailing Richmond on Seven's big league to the tune of 24 points. Richmond 8-6, 54, and it's nearly 22 minutes into the second quarter.
Well, Bartlett, Jack, has still got that tremendous acceleration when he sprints for that ball over the back of the pack. He got that ball onto his boot quickly, threw it, went up with the hands, and well, North are in a bit of trouble at this stage. Here comes Jimmy Cracker, grabbed when he didn't have it, kicks, oh, that's great play, Cracker. Up looking for Kerry Good, he ducks back. Beautiful mark.
That was a nice piece of work from Cracker up in the centre. He got that boot to ball very quickly, didn't he? And the ball went raking down to Kerry Good. Now, from this angle, which you see, the camera right behind him, the distance is no more than 15 metres at most. Good going for his first goal. North Melbourne 4-6 to Richmond 8-6. And if ever North Melbourne needed a goal, it's this one. Kerry Good, wearing a number 7 by a great full forward worn here years ago, Jock Spencer. And it's been put through by Kerry Good for his first goal. So Seven's big lead scoreboard changing now to show Richmond 8-6, 54. North Melbourne 5 goals, 6, 42. 36, I'm sorry.
Well,
can't leave that up.
Well, Jack, North Melbourne are hanging in there. They're only 3 goals behind. They badly could do with a couple of quick ones before the half-time break. We've been playing 23 minutes into this second quarter. And, well, certainly the game is not over at this stage of the match. Richmond looked as though they were getting well on top.
Well, Richmond led by 26 points at the quarter-time change. Oh, Cracker's starting to come good now. Jonas in front, strength one out. He balks, he's caught. He got a hand pass to Hodgman. Hodgman thought of a hand pass. Maybe he should let it go. Kerry Good dives. Did he touch it or not? Did he touch it or not? He did not. And a great goal kicked by Hodgman. Hodgman's first goal. When Good dived for that, Peter, I thought he may have touched it, but luckily for North Melbourne, he did not. So now it's only 2 goals of difference between these teams on Seven's big lead. McCann will oppose Emma Dunn at the boundary throw-in. McCann slipped, bad luck. Jonas got the tap on that occasion to put North forward. There was a free kick to Preston. He was being held by the arm by Demetriou, but I don't think the umpire actually saw that. Preston having a few words to say. Hodgman plays on, shoots toward goal. A wide, swinging back into goal. That's a good goal kicked by Kim Hodgman, his second goal. So the scores have really tightened up. Now they're dead level on Sevens Big League, 8-10, 58 apiece.
And North Melbourne certainly coming back hard. And I think, as I said, Jack, those two misses, those couple of misses by Richmond kicking with the breeze could be very, very costly in the long run, because North Melbourne have raced it up to the forward line twice and have kicked 2 goals. And as I said, very handy goals into the breeze. And no doubt about Hodgman, anywhere near goals, he kicked that beautifully out to that right-hand goal post and swung it in with the breeze. Here's Rioli, who in my opinion has been fairly quiet too today as he goes down towards Keith Gregg. Look at the skills. Hand pass it over his head, but straight to Bartlett. Bartlett's got it, holding the ball, I think. Yes.
Yes, that wasn't a bad tackle by John Law. He didn't get into the back of Bartlett. I think Bartlett was trying to throw himself forward looking for the free kick, but the umpire said not on. Law kicks towards centre wing. It's a high one. The sun's in the eyes of the players up there. That's the reason the mark wasn't taken. Hodgman forced it through the pack. Chimmelbusch takes it now. I think it was Dimitri who gave it to him. He gets it moving up toward Jonas. Jonas with the ball in front of him, looking for the free kick, is he? He's trying to get it out to a teammate now. Can't do so. It's a chance for McCann. He's caught to ground, holding the ball.
Good tackle. Great tackle by Egan. And we've seen some very good tackling in this match today. Egan, half-back flank. He's looking down there for Landy, I feel. Landy against Maguire. Maguire from behind couldn't judge it too well. There's Mervyn Kane. Oh, nearly gets shirt-fronted there by Glendinning. It's grabbed by Rioli. Rioli close to the boundary line, kicks up towards half-forward. Out comes John Law. Almost a good mark. Keith Gregg playing a great game. Hooks it back towards centre wing. The ball will bounce to Rioli. Rioli caught with the ball. Holding the ball, yes. Umpires are being very, very consistent on this decision as Gary Cowton takes it on half-back flank.
Well, this is bad news for the players. The sun's shining brightly. It's very hard to get their eyes accustomed to it. Hand pass comes out from Kane to Wiley. Wiley back, chance for Maguire, and Maguire took some treatment too. Hand pass is on now. And another chance for Ramsey after accepting the hand pass from Law. Up toward the half-forward flank it goes. Pushing and shoving going on. Rawlings wins out. Has the ball in front of him. He picks up and left foots it minus the boot. Up toward the centre of the ground. Dempsey tried to tap it down. Eventually got it out toward Cowton. Swinging through was Wiley. The kick travels high. It's a chance now for Dench. Or will it be Roach? And a free kick. No free kick. Roach thought of it. Dench has been paid the mark.
Great umpiring there too. That was a fair dinkum, 1-out duel and was won by Dench. Here's Phil Cracker all on his own on half-back flank. He'll look for the hand pass. Now he elects to duck around, looking for a hand pass again. Finally gives it back to Glendinning. That's great play by North. Up towards half-forward. Oh, a chance now for McCann, who's playing well. The ball is bundled out wide. A chance now for the Tigers as grabbing the ball was Egan. Back it comes towards the teammate in Shan. Now it's Matthew Wall. In the centre of the ground has gone short towards half-forward. Taken away by Glendinning. Players pounce on top of it. Grabbing it for North Melbourne on that occasion was Law. Law back towards the half-forward line. Egan over the back. He ducks back after it. He's trapped the ball on half-back flank and kicks it. In fact, it was smothered over the line. And North Melbourne, Jack, a lot more desperate than what they were in that first quarter.
Well, in the first quarter, Peter, I thought they're having a lot of trouble handling the ball. There's no reasons for it. The ball wasn't wet or anything like that. But they were just over anxious, I think, in their endeavour to gain possession and were fumbling a lot. Hand pass comes shooting out too. North Melbourne going forward through Abernathy, but the man in front to take the mark is the defensive play of Barn. Doing well down there, Craig Barn. Going out wide. Lee in the front berth. Dempsey goes to spoil and the boundary line wins out. As players tumble down, we'll see a boundary throw-in taking place on the outer side of the ground. The time clock has just gone past the 11-minute mark. On Sevens Big League, you're watching the third quarter of the game between Richmond and North Melbourne, the game being played at North Melbourne, and scores are level.
Dempsey, cleverly over the top. Here comes Jimmy Cracker bursting his way through the pack. Gets a hand pass out wide. Here's a chance, Demetrio. Demetrio with a further hand pass to Schimmelbusch. Schimmelbusch into the open goal to Jonas. He ducks around on the left foot. Fires at the goal. Magnificent play by North Melbourne.
That was a fine piece of work, and it finished off in fine style by Jonas too. He was going onto his right foot, saw the tackle coming, swung around onto his left foot and forced it through for the goal that puts North Melbourne in front for the first time in the game. North Melbourne 9-10-64, Richmond 8-10-58 on Sevens Big League.
North well on top so far in this quarter. Richmond have had their chances, as I said earlier in the quarter, missing some sitters, kicking for goal. North Melbourne have raced it up into attack 3 times for 3 goals, and their teamwork in this quarter has been a delight to watch.
Well, this may help the players out there. A new ball. I don't know that the other one would have been very wet or heavy, but a new ball being used out there now, and Dempsey rises high to get the tap. Well taken by Preston, come barging through. He's run about 20 metres, yes. I wonder when the umpire might blow the whistle. Not too often you get penalised these days.
And Dents didn't realise, he took the mark he was playing on, didn't realise it was a free kick.
Oh, it's a free kick against Preston. He went too far. Preston being taken off the ground now. His place is to be taken by Ian Satori. So Abernathy plays on. Hand pass comes upfield. Been taken out there by Fury, who has 2 goals. Demetriou balked. Lets a hand pass go to Cracker. He shoots one. I thought of Abernathy. Kicks down toward the goal square. Been forced toward the boundary line now. Could be out of bounds. Is getting very close to the line. Schimmelbusch may get it just inside. He hooks it back. Keeps it in play. 15-metre penalty there too would be paid to Demetriou, and that would put him right on the goal line. And there's a North Melbourne player flat on his back down there. I can't see who it is. It could be Kerry Good. It is Kerry Good. It does appear he's hurt himself. I thought the umpire would have put a 15-metre penalty on the Richmond team for that very high tackle. There's a Richmond player in trouble too. Looks like Strawn calling for assistance.
Well, it is a 15-metre penalty, and well, he had to pay that one.
Nearly took his head off.
He nearly had his head taken off, as you said. And it's Demetriou right in front. This should be another goal on the board to North Melbourne. There's the kick, straight through the centre. Another one to North. 10 goals, 10 they move on to. 70, Richmond on 8-10, 58.
As Demetriou kicks his second goal, we see players out there in the hands of the trainers. Kerry Good in the hands of the trainers for North Melbourne, and I did notice Greg Strawn calling for assistance from the training staff. He did appear to injure his left leg or something, but scores, as Peter told you, North Melbourne in front now, 10-10 to 8-10. North Melbourne leading by 12 points, and the time clock approaching 14.5 minutes into the 3rd quarter. Umpire Neville Nash putting it down. He is umpiring today out there with umpire Ian Robinson. Chance for Cowton to barge through the pack. He broke through it right. Now comes back on the right foot. Here's a chance for Schimmelbusch. He takes the mark in the centre of the ground. Cracker calling for the ball in short. Strawn coming on the scene, but a little bit too late. And as Jimmy Cracker took the mark, Strawn came on, as I told you, a little bit too late. Here's the player I was saying before was calling for assistance. You can see him limping as he stands on the mark, so he has suffered some injury. Jonas is the target. The mark not taken by Jonas, picked up and hurriedly kicked by Shan, but taken by Glendenning. Richmond looking a bit ragged at present as Strawn's about to leave the ground, I think. The ball delivered high to Kerry Good, couldn't take the mark. It's in front of North Melbourne's goal, where play continues. Hurried hand pass comes out of the pack to be taken away by Baum.
Baum right out towards that half-back line. The ball comes over the back to Welsh. Now it's Little Waitman, who's been one of Richmond's best players. He's gone short. Looking down there for Jess. Jess has got it on half-forward flank. He'll look for Roach. It's a high one. Roach back. Ball taken by Bartlett into the open goal. Great play, Kevin Bartlett.
Sevens big lead, the Arden Street ground. North Melbourne at home to Richmond. North Melbourne leading by only 8 points as we go into the final quarter. Lee opposing Dempsey. Lee got the tap down to the side of the pack, taken by Abernathy, quickly to the boot, up toward the full forward zone. Good dive, it couldn't take it. Phil Cracker to Jimmy Cracker was good football. The kick off target, I feel, and only one behind. But very quickly into attack then, Peter.
Yes, it didn't take them long. I really think they set themselves up for the kill during that 3rd quarter, and I'd be very surprised if North couldn't go on from here, but still, it's a long quarter. 30 minutes will be the final quarter. Here's Schimmelbusch grabbing it off the back, has it smothered. Andy Preston charges in after it towards centre half-back McCann, who's played well. Now it's Schimmelbusch. Players desperately trying to get it forward. There's the kick coming up there by Kane towards the centre of the ground. Grabbed by Rioli, a beautiful hand pass out to Sartori. Onto the left foot he goes and out wide, looking out there for Wiley. Wiley waits for the bounce. He's got it. He's got great skills, this bloke, as he gives it back with the hand pass towards the boundary line. In goes Michael Roach to lend a hand. Oh, great play by Roy Ramsey as he breaks away, but here's the ball taken away from him by Wiley. That could be in the back. Not so, said the umpire. Play on now as it's grabbed by Bartlett. Bartlett, a hand pass to Waitman, who went off the ground during the 3rd quarter for some reason. Now it's Welsh. Into the open goal goes Peter Welsh. and will it make the distance? It has, in fact, and gone through for one behind.
Richmond at half-time led North Melbourne by 10 points, but then in the third term, disaster struck when they were trying to kick goals. They kicked 2 goals, 8 to North Melbourne, 6 goals, 3. So that's how they lost the lead to North Melbourne. North Melbourne, as I told you, led by 8 points at the start of the quarter. It has now been changed slightly. It's 85 playing 77, only 8 points. There was still 8 points of difference in North Melbourne's favour. Coming through was Strawn to put Richmond back into attack. The kick is high to Ward Roach, who has kicked 3 goals. Here's a goal for Richmond. Bartlett, he's hooked it, but he got it. I thought he might have hooked it too far, but that's very good roving by Kevin Bartlett. He's not spent yet as a player. Not what I've seen today. He's kicked his 3rd goal. So there's nothing in this game at the Arden Street ground now. Only 2 points between the teams. North in front by 2 points on Sevens Big League.
And Jack, I think Kevin Bartlett could play when he was 45 years old, and he'd still have that little explosive sprint for 10 metres over the back of the pack, and he very rarely misses those little snapshots, but he's still got that great anticipation off the pack, and that's been the value of Kevin Bartlett for many, many years for the Richmond side.
Only 2 points between the teams. The ball back in the centre with umpire Neville Nash, who was umpiring today with Ian Robinson. Dempsey awaits the bounce. The crowd await the bounce too. They know things are getting very, very tight here. Lee got the tap again. A chance for Rollins. He's going onto his kicking foot, the left. He puts it up to Bartlett, and Bartlett takes the mark in front of Law. So Bartlett could kick his 4th goal. He could turn the tables now. The old veteran himself, Kevin Bartlett. Look at him, number 29 of Richmond. We've seen that number around for many, many years. And he's kicked 3 goals, so he's coming for 4th now, and he's only about 35 metres out from goal.
Vital kick this one if they could get this run on with this goal. Oh, he's kicked the drop punt straight as a die, that one through the centre, and that is 4 goals to Kevin Bartlett. A great effort by the old champ. And the Tigers move that little bit further in front. They've moved on to 12 goals, 17-89 to North Melbourne, 12-13, 85.
Waiting for the centre bounce again.
And Keith Gregg has moved on to Kevin Bartlett. A good move there by Barry Cable, and John Law has gone out on to Morris Rioli.
Well, Bartlett's still slippery. I don't care who goes on him. He's a very hard taskmaster down there. 4 goals to his credit and helping Richmond back. No result from the centre bound. Schimmelbusch gets it up high. There is a chance for North Melbourne. The mark has been taken by Fury. Could have given away a free kick on that occasion, Fury. Let go a backhander against Kane. Kick by Fury to Hodgman. Hodgman takes the mark 35 metres out from goal. So Kim Hodgman would have the chance now to put North Melbourne back in front. 12-13, playing 12-17. Hodgman has kicked 2 goals out of the North Melbourne total of 12 goals, 13. Hodgman going for his 3rd goal and the goal to put North back in front. The time clock ticking around toward the 4.5-minute mark. You're watching the final quarter here as Hodgman comes in as it's swung back. It's close, but the wrong side of the post for mine, so only 1 behind. 12-14, playing 12-17. 3 points the difference in Richmond's favour on Sevens Big League.
Well, full marks to the Tigers. They're fighting it right out. North Melbourne kicking with the breeze as Baum kicks it out towards that half-back line. Up went the big arms of Lee. The ball is punched away there by Sartori, straight over the line and out of bounds on that half-forward line, still in North Melbourne's attacking zone.
We had a little bit of a drama here in the first quarter when one of the food stalls on the outer court fire and the people had to be evacuated away from the area. But let's get back to football. Jonas tried to bring the ball through, lost possession, and now the boundary umpire indicates he'll have the job of bringing the ball back into play. Ball coming back now. It's North Melbourne's half-forward flank on the outer side. About 70 metres out from goal. Cross breeze favouring the end to which North is kicking. The ball still on turf. No one gets it out clean. He's been hurriedly picked up by Preston. He goes left-footed toward the wing position, going back to try and do the marking out there is Palm, and Palm does take the mark out there in front of North Melbourne's Maguire. Maguire's given away a 15-metre penalty, so Palm is now up on the true centre wing position. With a penetrating kick, could land the ball about 65 metres out from goal. Gregg's going to fly at the back, and a beautiful mark for Keith Gregg. Told you before. Hard man to beat. You won't see many better players in league football ever again. This fellow is a true champion. The kick by Gregg travels toward Dempsey. Too long for Dempsey. Come down toward the wing position. Players get the fumbles a bit. Sartori goes after, but the boundary umpire indicates another throw in.
Well, it looked at three-quarter time that North Melbourne, kicking with the breeze, would really go on with this, but the Tigers are fighting it right out. Dempsey, and Lee is doing well in this quarter. He was well beaten in that third quarter by Dempsey. Here's Crazy Horse Cowton getting it out. Now, what will the umpire say there?
Well, he threw it up before he hit it.
Yes, well, he threw the ball up, then knocked it on. So here's Sartori, who's playing quite well since he came on the ground. He kicks up towards centre-half forward. Roach sets himself up to go to the big hand, and Michael Roach has marked a long way up and goal. He's gone for the short pass. Is this Wiley? It is. Wiley has marked 15 metres out from goal, directly in front. He's already kicked 2 goals, and he should make no mistake from this easy position.
Well, what a great game we're witnessing here. Everyone thought that North Melbourne would take this game out easily against Richmond after Richmond's poor showing against Geelong last week, but this game is far from over as Wiley comes goalward now, puts it through for another goal. North Melbourne stay on 12 goals, 14, 86 points, and the Richmond score being changed to show that they move on to 13 goals, 17, 95 points on Sevens Big League.
And Richmond playing with a lot of confidence in this quarter. You wouldn't believe it's the same side from the third quarter, although they did have a number of scoring opportunities in the third quarter, but kicked 8 points. And, well, North Melbourne all of a sudden looking a little bit worried across that back line. They've been making moves up there. The runner has been out there, speak to them, and they badly now want a couple of quick goals because certainly Richmond have got a bit of a run on.
9 points between the teams. Richmond leading North Melbourne at North Melbourne's home ground as Dempsey and Lee do battle. Dempsey got the tap forward, hasn't gone very far, picked up by Welsh. Welsh moves it quickly up toward the half-forward zone. Ramsey in front, and a good chest mark there to Roy Ramsey. Got himself in position. Bad hand pass, though, was meant for Glendenning. Glendenning does the shepherding now. Now it gets a hand pass back from Ramsey. They're messing around a bit, the North Melbourne defenders. Glendenning swings back to the outer side now. Delivers the ball into the centre, and the mark has been taken by Maguire. The left-footed player here can move the ball quickly. He's not a bad kick. He's looking for someone to kick too. The lead is up there by Kerry Good. He's under the ball. At the back is Cracker. Phil Cracker taps it out. Here's Sheverbush. In an open goal. And it's through. Good roving, good play by Phil Cracker. Sheverbush kicks his second goal. And the lead show, well, no, it hasn't changed yet. North Melbourne come back closer to Richmond's score. It's Richmond 13, 17, 95. The North Melbourne score reading 13, 14, 92 on Sevens Big League.
Street ground and rejoin Jack Edwards and Peter
playing
McKenna.
26 minutes into this final quarter, and I'd say North Melbourne have this game well in hand at this stage.
Well, they're leading by 18 points. That's 3 goals that Richmond have to pick up without North scoring. But here comes Hodgman, here comes Schimmelbusch, and here comes a point, I think. I think he's missed that one. Well, there was not much reaction from the people at the back of the goals, Peter, as Schimmelbusch came into goal there. Yes. And Schimmelbusch pushed it through for his 5th goal. So on Sevens Big League, Richmond on 97 and North Melbourne on 121.
Well, interesting you should say that. Shan went up to the goal umpire and was doing the block about that decision, indicating that he had missed. And judging by the crowd reaction, as you said, they usually go berserk when the ball goes through. There was not a murmur, Jack, so I can see why you were fooled by that one. And Shan, in fact, thought it had missed, but we'll go by the goal umpire's decision. Of course, it's the ball.
Can't change it now.
Nash, umpire Neville Nash bounces the ball. Dempsey, who has played a great game in the ruck. Rioli starting to come into the game now. It's a little bit too late, though, as he goes up towards centre-half forward. Almost a mark taken there by Law. He's a very strong player out to Ramsey. Ramsey looking down there for Peter Jonas. He ducks out after the ball. Punches it on to Cowton. That was great football by North. Up towards Phil Cracker. From behind, he can't take it because Wayne Shan has chipped in front and has taken a good strong mark.
He's in the back pocket position, out of side, kicking high. The ball being held up by the breeze. Lee was trying to hold Dempsey out, but to no avail. The umpire's called play on. He hasn't paid the mark. Jimmy Cracker was tackled. We're not in possession. The umpire said a free kick will go the way of Jim Cracker of North Melbourne. He's on the wing position, out of side. The lead is by McCann into centre-half forward, but you can see Schimmelbusch unattended, and a good pass finds that player.
In everything, Jack. In everything.
Who, Schimmelbusch? Yes, he's done well. The kick by Schimmelbusch into the pocket, which is not the best spot for it. Good went for a high mark, couldn't take it. It's tapped out by Jonas toward Hodgman. They can't get it out cleanly. Shandy's in there trying for Richmond, but umpire Ian Robinson said a bounce will be taking place now in the forward pocket for North Melbourne, about 15 to 20 metres away from the North Melbourne goal. North Melbourne leading Richmond by 24 points.
Dempsey trying to get it out. Packer plays in there. Lee finally get it. That could have been deliberate against Landy, but the umpire lets him get away with that one as he went straight for the boundary line. But still, a little bit too late for the Tigers now to win this match. They've battled hard. They've tried to get back into it. Dempsey, Joel, that could have been on the shoulder. In fact, you could have seen a close-up of that one. There's Barn trying to crash his way through the pack. Now it's a chance. And the umpire said it's a free kick North Melbourne's way, and it'll go to Jimmy Cracker against Dale Waitman, who is not too happy with that decision. Cracker, Jimmy, has kicked 2 goals so far. He's right on the boundary line, but he is a very funny old kick. Jimmy Cracker, he's gone for the short one, and he finds Hodgman. Is it allowed?
I don't know. The umpire's going back to say, he's only going back to show where the mark and where the kick will be taken, but Kim Hodgman hasn't got much better angle. I suppose anything has to be better than shot off the boundary line, but he's not really in front of goal. You couldn't call it that. He's got a very tight angle indeed. And Hodgman, I wouldn't be surprised if he missed it. Difficult shot. It's on line, the umpire said. He's got it. So that was good football there from Cracker to shoot it to Hodgman, and Hodgman kicks his 3rd goal with a fairly tight shot. North Melbourne 18-19, 127. Richmond 13-19, 97. You're on 7's Big League.
No doubt about Hodgman, Jack. Anywhere near the goals, he very rarely misses. A great kick for goal, Kim Hodgman. And clever play by Jimmy Cracker, an unselfish play to give that out to him. But both Cracker players would be 2 of the most unselfish players in league football, always looking for a teammate at every opportunity. Here's Dempsey and Lee, who have both rucked all day. Out it comes to Rioli. Rioli, 4 kicks in about 5 minutes as he gets it up towards half-forward, and Bartlett, who has kicked 4 goals today. That could be holding the ball. And that it is. Well, I don't think Kevin he didn't even argue about that one, because he was caught red hot by Keith Gregg, who has made a difference since he's gone on to Kevin Bartlett in this quarter. And now he's got the choice, Keith Gregg, of kicking either football.
Well, the scores kicked in this quarter. North Melbourne have kicked 6 goals 5 to Richmond's 3 goals 3, and are running out now fairly comfortable winners, I would think, because the time clock is exactly 30 minutes into the quarter. Waitman taps it down to Landy. Landy having trouble picking up. Tips it out to Wall. Wall tried to put his head down and barge through, and the umpire said exactly that. You put your head down, man of trouble, and now you'll pay the penalty.
Gee, they've been consistent on that, Jack, the last few weeks, and especially today. And I think the umpiring exhibition today has been possibly the best I've seen for the year by umpire Ian Robinson, and also by Neville Nash. The ball hits the deck, grabbed by Cowton. He gets the ball out wide to Schimmelbusch, who's been in absolutely everything, as I said earlier. Jimmy Cracker comes out. Bartlett pushed in the back, in fact, was Craig Barham against Jimmy Cracker, and Barham will take this free kick on half-back flank.
Hasn't done a bad job down there at the full-back position. Craig Barham kicking in towards the centre of the ground. Dempsey's there. The man in front can't take it, though. Free kick should be played to Waitman. The umpire said no, the ball was held to him, so we'll see a bounce taking place on the centre wing position.
And umpire Ian Robinson was saying that Waitman actually dived forward when he was tackled. He indicated, but I think that was wrong. I think it should have been a free kick to Waitman.
Well, the ball has been tapped down by Lee to Waitman. He gave it to Palm. Palm trying to break the tackle, did so well, was tackled high. The umpire now calls play on as Roach gets it over to Rawlings. Rawlings going toward goal, what was meant to be toward goal, but Bartlett and Gregg do battle down there. And yes. Who was hanging on to who?
No doubt. Bartlett's free kick. He was held by the arm as he went for that mark. The umpire, Ian Robinson, right onto that. He's kicked 4 goals, Kevin Bartlett. One of his usual displays, running past the packs. Great little burst of speed, and what a tremendous effort by a player who is playing close to 400 games to be able to kick, well, maybe 5 goals. This will be in a league match. And there's the kick, and what's he done this time? It's through the goals, but the Richmond supporters behind the goals hardly moved. They're not too excited even at this stage. There's the siren, win the game here at Open Street. North Melbourne coming out comfortable winners in the end. 18 goals 19, 127 to Richmond. 14 goals 9, 103.
Seven's Big League is part of the Holden Premiership season.
For North Melbourne, Wayne Schimmelbusch got 5 goals, Hodgman 3 and Demetriou 3, and for the Tigers, Bartlett 5 goals, Roach 3 and Wiley 3. Statistics on the match, and we can see insofar as the marks were concerned, North Melbourne well and truly in front. They won in the kicks department as well. Kicks round about even. Handballs likewise. The hit-outs again. North Melbourne very much in command there, and the shots at goal fairly even, 39 to 35. Certainly has been a sensational week in football, hasn't it? And with the VFL's clearance rules virtually in tatters, St Kilda today continued to put pressure on the league regulations. Following the Silvio Fascini ruling in the Supreme Court yesterday, the Saints went one step further today when they played Rebel Swan Paul Morwood without any clearance whatsoever. Stephen Phillips has been following the story right throughout the day and filed this report.
The drama at VFL Park today took place on a number of separate fronts. The vast playing surface was only one of them. Early this afternoon, Paul Morwood chatted with Silvio Ficini outside the members' entrance and told me he was looking forward to winning his clearance through the courts.
It's open slowly now, so you can go one club one week and another the next week if not on contract, so make some brass out of that way.
Downstairs, the press had been banned from the St Kilda rooms, while inside, the Saints prepared to flaunt the VFL regulations. Paul Morwood, officially a Swans player, bound to the Sydney-based club, had pulled on a red, white and black jumper and at 1:57 ran onto VFL Park. St Kilda President Lindsay Fox, who jetted in from Hong Kong for the game, had sat next to VFL President Alan Aylett at the VIP luncheon, then held his own press conference at quarter time. The rules of the VFL, it appeared, had crumbled under the weight of yesterday's Supreme Court decision.
As far as we're concerned, we're out to increase the performances of...
And that certainly started the crowd buzzing as the throw-in takes place. Merritt went up with the one hand, an hour too early. Out the back door to Stoneham. To half forward. Oh! We love a fly. And Mr. Danaher is giving us just that today. He's kicked one. Here's the change. Now look at this for Collingwood. Cloak off and kick on.
One is not surprised, Sandy, because David Cloak has done absolutely nothing.
Danaher. The drop punt. It's a beautiful looking kick off the boot. Well done, Terry. And away go the Bombers on Sevens Big League. They kick on now to 7-11, leading Collingwood 5-6. Great mark and a great goal by Danaher, his second, both kicked in this term, and it's been a very handy quarter of football by the Bombers. On their home turf, now Kink on, Cloak off, Kink onto Walsh. This will be interesting. From the centre, won by Williams, who goes towards that half-forward line. Kink, but the free kick's been picked up, and it will go against Collingwood. Noel Lovell infringing. Back towards the centre. Hawker could have been held. Tapped over cleverly to the back. Danaher, don't tell me he's going to do it again. A long, high kick by Terrence goes in towards goal, but he's off target, and another point is registered. Having a fine quarter of football, has kicked 2 goals, 3 to date. McCormack again. As I see some blue sky, Madden, Shaw, Byrne, over the head of Taylor. When it was a bad one, it lets Glenn Hawker in, but he overran it. Taylor again. Well done, Michael. Or is it going to be well done? Thompson in trouble, but gets his kick away. No one going. The opportunity was there for Madden, but the umpire said the reason no one went is because there was some holding on, and Billy Picken takes it. Oh, it's a shocking kick from Billy. Straight down the throat of Frank Linnell. Short, the loose man is out there on that half-forward line, and once again, real trouble for Collingwood. They trail at the moment 54-36. Rain still persisting, and both runners working overtime at the moment. The long kick in towards goal. It looks good, and the Bombers move further ahead. Neil Clark kicks his first, and it's now 60-36 on Sevens Big League.
Neil Clark, always a back pocket, who's prepared to take the bit between the teeth and come down the ground if the rover is changing. And I did call before, Sandy, that I felt that Richardson was in the centre. I feel that Richardson's changing as a ruck rover and Mark Williams is in the centre. Which I do not agree with, because Williams was doing well on the forward line. The tap. Taken on that occasion by Lovell. No mark taken. Tony Shaw comes through. Bundled out of the way. Essendon desperate in their approach as Merritt gives a hand pass over the top. The bounce awkward for Thompson on the first occasion. He's able to butter up and swings it back towards centre half forward. Picken punches the ball away. A loose play, kicked up by Lovell. Lovell screws the ball back. Hanbury couldn't take it the first time, but the bounce is awkward. Still comes through to Hanbury. Hanbury's right foot kick down towards the forward area. Banks coming through, takes the mark. Banks at centre half forward. had very few kicks. In fact, it's only his second kick for the game. So Dennis Banks. Looks a nice kick, nonetheless. It may only be 2, but it's 4 points. A lovely goal by Dennis Banks. And no need to say, Sandy, that it desperately needed one.
Yes, the first one to Banks, and in fact, the first goal to Collingwood this term.
Hand pass to Folds, a chance of a goal coming up as Gary Folds puts it right through the middle. Great play by Timmy Watson and Gary Folds to bring up full points.
Well, you said they look rattled. That's what the red and black flags are saying around this ground at the moment. Collingwood are rattled and Essendon are playing with great confidence. Great confidence. Look at them bouncing, enthusiastic, and keen to add nails to the coffin of Collingwood. 82 plays 44, and I wonder if this attitude has anything to do with a piece of paper that was being distributed at half-time here at Windy Hill, suggesting that the Collingwood club was in some form of strife. Stoner to half forward, but Hanbury has infringed. So Madden taking it from the centre to Watson. They're running right. Bad kick home. It was over the top of Weston. Lack of talking in the forward lines there by the Essendon forward lines. King holds the ball to ground, and
Kick was held without possession.
yes, should have been free kick, as I was about to say, but it didn't happen that way. Shaw over the top. The hurry kick by Byrne. Back towards the back line. Madden. Just too much height. Back in towards the centre. Here comes Terry Danaher. Short again. They're running right. Hawker. And Glenn Hawker will have another set shot for goal. And if Collingwood isn't very careful, they are going to be well and truly thumped. Glenn Hawker has kicked 2, ignoring all leads. He'll fire towards the black and white flags in the goal square, and he makes no mistake. Collingwood are in strife. 12-16, 88. Collingwood are half that score.
Collingwood may well be a little unfortunate, Sandy, that Essendon went down in poor style against Victoria last week, and many of us, including yours truly, were very critical of the way the Essendon players went about it. Those same players, Hawker, Watson, Nagel, far more definite and not looking for the flash football today.
From the centre bounce. Well, they want goals and they want them rapidly to get back into this game, but it's players like this, as Bobby said, that aren't allowing that to happen. Timmy Watson, 16 kicks, and there's a great mark too. There's another one, Terry Danaher. Well, he did play well last week, but he's just carrying on the good form. There's only 2 Essendon players there at the moment. Normally there'd be 3 or 4 to the one Collingwood player. Folds took the mark.
John Cale at the moment, I would be having a very close look who should be minding Nagel and Folds.
Could be inquiring at TAA what flights are going back to South Australia, Robert. They're in strife. Folds, drop punt into the square. Has it got the distance or is it the mark? Going to pay the mark to Paul Weston, and he's taken a couple of good grabs today. Hasn't kicked a goal today. In fact, that's his 5th mark. So well done, Paul. That'll help your confidence. And there's another one on the board to the Bombers, and they are just careering away. 13-16 to 6-8 on 7's big lead.
Three goals in 3 minutes for the Bombers. Watson, Hawker and Weston putting the score on the board. But it's all over the ground that the Bombers have taken control. Since quarter time, it's hard to find Collingwood winners. Sandy?
My word, there have been very few, if any. 50
points, the margin between the sides. No knock at all. It's once again, it's Hawker. Puts it over the shoulder, down towards the half-back flank, and Murray Brown takes the mark. Brown swings onto the left foot, puts it towards centre half forward. No mark, taken to the back of the pack by Williams. Williams puts the ball down towards the forward area, but he's way offline, so far in fact that it's out of bounds on the full. And the resulting free kick will be taken by Ronnie Andrews as we see Wes Fellows getting ready to come onto the ground, probably to replace the his number 43 ruck partner. They've been changing the ruck on and off during the game as Hawker takes a nice mark once again. Hawker doing as he likes out there at the moment. Lovely kick towards the wing. Phillips in position, couldn't take the mark. Walker, Watson, Terry Danaher have been absolutely dominant players right through the game. Merv Nagel on the wing. Once again, you find this time Thompson going forward. No mark taken. It's picked up by Bahaja. Bahaja a short arse across towards centre half forward, just across the head of Watson. Watson still going after it. No free kick paid. As the loose ball comes towards centre half forward. It's picked up again by Hawker. Once again it's through the centre. Hawker brings up his fourth goal. Essendon absolutely dominant.
106 to 63 as we go back for the centre bounce once again. Madden and Fellows, and it's won by the latter down towards Hanbury. Needs the player going past in Lovell, who goes with a tumble punt towards that forward area. The heavyweights, Kink and Cloak. Renee can't pick it up. And over the line it goes, and I'd imagine there'd be some soul searching in Victoria Park this week. Carey leaves it for Watson, but Williams is a very good smotherer of a football. Neagle towards Thompson and Byrne. Thompson having the ascendancy there this particular occasion. Fowler, long in towards full forward. Merritt up too early. Ooh, Banks come over the top of Picken. Here's another one. Thank you very much. There's Wayne Medicine. Handball from Weston, and on they go. 3 goals to Medicine, and Essendon stretch their lead.
On that occasion, Sandy, we saw a touch of the class for Weston. He could easily have kicked that goal himself. He really held onto the ball until his opponent had to come straight at him, and it left it completely open for Wayne Beddison. It was a good hand pass that was just nipped over the top to allow Beddison an easy goal, as we see Derek Shaw ready to come back onto the ground at the bounce. Madden again gets it down to Hawker. High. Banks couldn't take possession. Terry Danaher's there, gets it across to Bahaja. Bahaja legged, got the hand pass out to Thompson. Thompson's kick will make the distance. I know it doesn't make the distance, it's just touched through for 1 point. No, it's a free kick back further. Bahaja was tripped, and so I feel that if the goal had gone through by Thompson, it may have been allowed, but it's come back to Tony Bahaja. It's a goal umpire, of course, not Tony Bahaja, but Bahaja with the kick from the half-forward line, about 35 to 40 metres out from goal. Tony Bahaja. 1 goal personally. 2 has played a lot better today, but that applies to all of the Essendon players. Bahaja's kick. 4 points by Tony Bahaja. He kicks his second. And so we find Collingwood on 17-16. 118. Collingwood 9-9-63.
While all that was going on, Murray Brown has left the arena. Looked to be in a spot of bother. So both big men for Collingwood now on the ground at one time. Centre bounce is the score. Not a pretty sight for Collingwood supporters. They've been winning it out of the centre, Essendon, so easily. Watson looking for the free kick. It didn't come his way on that occasion as Williams goes high towards full forward. Andrews and King holding one another. Clark out to Anir, who goes high towards the pocket. Cloak, a bit of pushing and shoving. And David will certainly not want to remember this one. There's up and down from 15. Must be wondering, what on earth can I do? Listed down from centre wing. Take the free kick. Being picked up there, and the Bombers a chance to go forward once again, becoming somewhat monotonous as they do it so regularly. Thompson's on that half-forward flank after receiving from Hawker. Late inclusion into the side. They've all performed well. Look, 3 of them there flying. Donnell was there, couldn't complete the mark. Near it over the top, the Budgie scouting the pack. Watson there too. So a ball up. Merritt. Socket off the ground, or an attempted socket off the ground by Shaw. Beddison tried to get it out. Was successful. Donnell gets a hurried kick. Gathers no distance. Phillips got the handball out the back door to Picken, and turned to Taylor, and they're momentarily out of trouble, looking for Hanbury. Plenty of holding on there between he and Carey. Cloak, beautifully tackled. Watson. Williams. Oh, in trouble. Here's the opening for Thompson. Bouncing his way across half forward. He steadies, shoots, and goals. Good night, Collingwood. That tells the story. So easy for the Bombers. 18-16, 9-9 on Seven's big lead.
Andy Roberts and Bob Skilton.
As Bobby said, it looks as though this rain may persist, but it's only light. Very good crowd here. Good taken on the chest by the man we know so well who can take those sort of marks, Mr. Knights. Now he's got Matthews up forward. It's the direction it's headed. Fisted down by Shaw. Russo could be first to this football. In trouble. A handball over the top. Shaw.
Paid a throw.
In like a beaver. Will take the free kick. Yes.
Williams, I think, because it was paid as a throw.
So Mark Williams from the back pocket. Back in towards Morwood. Coming over the top was Tuck. Seems to be plenty of brown and gold Guernseys there at the moment as Knights gets another high kick up towards full forward. Matthews waits it behind. Picks it up, shoots towards goal and puts the first one on the board. Lethal. 1-1-7. The Hawks leading Collingwood, one behind on Seven's big lead.
No more dangerous player around goals than Lee Matthews, because hit him with anything you like, he'll just keep his eye on the ball, and he's able to keep his feet firmly on the ground, possibly because of his stature, but no more dangerous player in any side.
Back towards the centre once again. 1-1, plays one behind.
Interesting, Sandy, that at the present moment Lee Matthews up there with Michael Taylor, almost in the fashion that Hawthorn used to play with Peter Hudson.
We'll see what eventuates as the day progresses. Here's the bounce once again, and Payton can take this out. Wasn't a good kick, so he tried to get boot to ball. Williams goes over the top in customary fashion. And another bounce to take place.
Obviously, Hawthorn did not want that, because what I say that was Matthews on his own, because Curran now going back down there and of course taking his opponent Bill Picken with him.
Williams to half forward, Mew the stumbling blow. Chris Mew at half back. Down towards Michael Tuck, used his body beautifully on that occasion. And he'll shoot from half forward.
15 metres, I think.
Which now brings him to within 40 metres of goal. And certainly a great chance of adding another one for the visitors.
So I'd be very surprised if Michael Tuck does not get the distance.
One of the great players for the Hawks. Very deliberate in his approach. He shoots and goals. 2-1, 13 to 1 behind on Seven's big lead.
Yes, well, on a day like today, Sandy, it's certainly not being favoured at either end of the ground. The rain literally coming straight down. I don't believe there's enough breeze to worry anybody, but if there is a slight breeze, it would be going to the end that Collingwood are kicking, but in these conditions it wouldn't matter.
Not even a very pleasant day because it's not cold.
Centre bounce. It'll be Payton of Hawthorn against Derek Shaw of Collingwood. A high bounce, won by Payton, taken by Russell Green across to Wallace. Wallace a long kick down towards Matthews. No mark taken. Curran at the back. A hand pass across towards Colin Robertson. He overruns the ball. It's well picked up by Picken. Great defence, and he drives it out of the danger area straight into the arms though of Kennedy. Kennedy a hand pass across to Mew. Mew puts the short kick forward. A well-placed kick it is, and finds Russo. Russo from the wing across towards centre half forward. Curran's the player he was looking for. Punched away by Phillips. Knights comes on the scene. A hand pass to Matthews. Matthews will give it over the top to Tuck. A left foot from Tuck straight through, and he brings up his second. 2 goals to Michael Tuck. Hawthorn going to 3 goals, 1 with Collingwood on 1 point. So the margin is exactly 18 points.
Great start for the Hawks and great teamwork then by their forward line, starting off with Peter Knights getting the handball away. Matthews, one of the receivers, and Michael Tuck waiting in the square. 2 goals in just 60 seconds.
Let's go to the third quarter now to Victoria Park at half-time. Hawthorn led 7-8-50 to Collingwood 4-10-34. We pick up play 3 minutes in.
The difference between the two sides today, I think.
Yes.
Michael Tuck, that is.
Played a fine game, hasn't he? 4 goals in the first term. Oh, here's a chance for McCarthy. Off the top he goes. Sets up the handball towards Robertson, the racehorse. Dummies the handball. Now puts it out in front of Green. If it sits, he's in business. 0 goal. He does. So Hawthorn kick goals while Collingwood kick behind. Hawthorn are 8-8, leading Collingwood 4-12 on 7's big lead.
And Russell Green going back to say thank you to Colin Robertson, who showed his real skills on that occasion after taking a nice hand pass from Mike McCarthy. He, looked as though he might kick it at goal, and Barham, knowing full well that the minute he ran at Robinson, he was going to have a hand pass over the top, but it was a great goal nonetheless from a good piece of teamwork.
Centre bounce once again. No decisive tap away, but Di Domenico takes it out of the centre. Wide towards the half-forward line. Phillips and Knights. And both see it over the line. Pretty good duel, that one. Knights has had a fine game. (56 plays 36), so still there's 20-point leeway. Fellows tries to take it out of the air. They backpedal towards Shaw, who goes across the face of goal. Ricky Barham has the pace. How will it sit for him? Russell Green goes with him. Billy Picken goes over the top, hence leaving his man. Shaw could get out of trouble to Picken, and William will come away with a long handball towards Mark Hanbury. Gets away from McCarthy, then gets his kick in. Down towards Cloak, who'll use the body. Mew falls at the critical time. Cloak appeared to be held. Tries to shovel it out the back door. Morwood goes for the soccer, but straight to Ayres. Gary Ayres sets up the handball, and they're out of trouble. As it comes to Curran, Tuck is this target at centre wing.
What you call earning it.
There's another 15.
Collingwood fans not happy, but there's no doubt that Mark Williams said, well, he's going to take the mark anyway, so he's going to earn it.
And earn it he did. Long towards the pocket. 2 Hawthorn players fly. Shaw waiting down. Free kick going against Collingwood. And it will be taken by Russo.
Tony Shaw, very dangerous there. Yep. He could easily have got a 15-metre penalty, which would have put him only 15 metres out from goal. You see Michael Tuck. Now it's Russo. Peter Russo. So from 5 metres in from the boundary line, 35 metres out from goal. Peter Russo puts the kick forward. It's a nice-looking kick. And it's full points. Peter Russo, his first goal to take Hawthorn to 9 goals 8, with Collingwood on 4 goals 12.
Collingwood have added 2 behinds in this term so far. We've only played 6.5 minutes. Hawthorn, on the other hand, 2 goals, and that really has told the story. Collingwood fans just wondering if they can get back into this game. It's a critical one for them today. They've been meeting sides on the rebound in the last few weeks, sides that have come out after heavy losses and have just really attacked the ball with tremendous ferocity. But now Collingwood must win a game. And there's play held up then, and Collingwood fans not too happy about it.
Umpire Russo a little quick to blow the whistle, I feel, for that bounce. McCarthy gets the ball down towards Swab. He loses possession. It's tapped wide. Di Domenico first on the scene. This is his weight. Fellows dives in. Tackle.
Too high. No. Testing the Collingwood crowd out, Bobby.
Yes. Umpire Russo maybe doesn't know the Collingwood crowd. As McCarthy gets the ball down. Di Domenico showing brute strength and come through and drive the ball to centre half forward. Matthews is there. Across to Tuck. Tuck puts the ball high towards the forward pocket. Shields racing after it. It bounces and goes over the boundary line. So a throwing to take place in the forward pocket for Hawthorn. Hawthorn leading at the moment by 26 points. Knights I should say, got it over the back. Taylor, the hand pass to Phillips, on to Richardson from centre half back. Richardson goes short in towards the centre. Poor kick on that occasion. Polkinghorn's kick off the side of the boot. Too high for Fife on that occasion. Good play coming through with Walsh, but couldn't take possession. It's tapped up towards Schwab. He loses the ball. Tapped forward again. Paul Morwood, Shane Morwood's there. Halwyn not in possession, and Morwood will take the free kick.
And listen to the ironical cheers of the Collingwood fans. As umpire Russo has given the side a free kick. Morwood at centre wing. They need goals and they need them quickly. Cloak in the pack. Ayres looked for the free kick. Dacos weave. That's the old Dacos we know. And the pass, it's a shocker. Dear, dear, dear. Their kicking to position has not been good. Russell Green intercepts down towards the half back line, and the very powerful and courageous Terry Wallace is there. He goes to centre wing. Michael Tuck to Gary Buckenara. They're toying with them at the moment. Russo away from Shaw. Beautiful pass to Lethal.
Great teamwork by the Hawks there.
Made it look very easy, Bobby, didn't they? Short again. There's Wallace, who we saw deliver the football from the back pocket region, is drifted down now into the forward pocket and will have a shot for goal. So Terry, who had such a wonderful year last season.
Wallace took the last mark on the half back line and put it out towards Tuck. So he's running on down the ground, and if Richardson is in the centre, he must realise his job is also to pick up Terry Wallace, because there's the result. 1 goal to Terry Wallace.
And Hawthorn moving away now from the woods. Wallace kicks his first.
Please return all books,
and the Hawks move to 10-8, leading Collingwood 4-12 on Sevens Big League.
13-minute mark of the third quarter, and Hawthorn leading 68-36.
A lot of distance and a great mark by Phillips.
Well, let the marks we know Greg Phillips can take, as he plays on straight away, giving it across to Michael Taylor, who goes long, putting it out in front of Fife and Robertson. The boundary line too close for both, and so over it goes. Ayres hobbling about at the moment and looks as though he's not going to be on the ground for too much longer. We'll keep an eye on him as Buckenara picks it up, hooks it back towards the half-forward line once again. Big Wes is there, and he takes the mark. What's he going to do with this little pass? Chipping it out to Mark Hanbury. Now, what's he got to kick to? Has a look up forward, looking for Barr. Green is there also. Morwood intercepts beautifully, runs through, swings round now onto the left boot, tucking it in towards the pocket. Williams making plenty of yardage. Can he keep it in? Over the top he goes to Shaw. He's bundled over the line. They go to meet him, and it goes over the line with Peter Schwab, and a throw in the left forward pocket for Collingwood, who are desperately in need of a goal or 5. Cloak running into Morwood. Green, the receiver from Kennedy, across to Polkinghorn, and they're out of trouble once again. The fence working well for the Hawks. At the back, Taylor and Matthews. Robertson has pace. Taylor out to Walsh. And if it's Soccer, then Soccer it shall be. Now, Walsh can go again if he likes. Got to run around 3 of them, and he does it well. A high kick. Richardson got up high and was the first to recover. Sets up the handball for Gary Shaw. If it sits, he could be in business. Stewart's leading into the pocket again. He's ignored. And there's a beautiful pass going straight down the throat of Jonathan Kennedy.
Yes, once again, Collingwood fall into the trap, and they have on many occasions in this quarter, Sandy, gone short, and a poor kick has meant that it's gone straight to Hawthorn. So this time, we find Peter Russo. Plays on, easily gets away from the tackle, gives it to Kennedy, on to Buckenara. Buckenara with a long kick towards half forward, over the head of Peter Knights, coming through as Taylor, throws the ball up in the air. Tackle goes against Moncrief, but it's called play on because it would have penalised Collingwood. Phillips kick towards Tony Shaw. He'll put the little kick down towards Cloak, who's got a street in front of him. Cloak, a lovely pass, finds Morwood, who'll go on straight away, put it down for a goal as Shane Morwood brings up his first goal for the Collingwood Football Club.
And the first goal for the quarter for Collingwood, kicked by Shane Morwood at the 16-minute mark. So will that spur them on? They move to 5-12, trailing Hawthorn 10-9 on Sevens Big League.
Sevens Big League, our first match tonight between Collingwood and Hawthorn at Victoria Park. And at three-quarter time, the Magpies trailed the Hawks 81-44. We pick up play now in the final quarter, some 4.5 minutes into the term.
Collingwood out of trouble with Taylor putting a long kick, but there's nobody there at all for Collingwood as Russell Green has time. He's under pressure now, but he goes for the short pass. Once again, it's all Collingwood. Too high for Russo, but coming in is Buckenara. Hand pass straight over the top, goes to the opposition, and that's Kink. A long kick from Kink. This time there's somebody home, and it's in the person of Peter Dacos, who plays on. Goes for the short pass. A well-placed kick finds Richardson, who should turn around and put it into the square quickly. Gets the lead from Gary Shaw. A well-placed kick finds Shaw.
Beautiful pass then. The two West Australians. And Gary Shaw has not kicked a goal to date. This would make the margin 5 goals, 1. If he can kick truly. Drop punt on its way. Goal umpire says it is true. And Gary Shaw kicks his first. For Collingwood to move to 6-14, trailing Hawthorn 12-9 on Sevens Big League.
No need to say. Badly needed goal. It's just what it is. Collingwood needing a couple of quick goals to get back in this game. Williams done a good job in quietening the real brilliance of Michael Tuck, who was so far best on the ground in the first half. It does not matter. But there it is. 31-point lead still for the Hawks. Cloak and Payton. Cloak got the tap. It's taken away by Williams. Put high in the air. DP Domenico up from behind, punches it away. Tuck and Cloak. Cloak gets a push, and he'll take the free kick. Looking for somebody to go past. And Cloak. An awkward-looking kick, but a good kick because it covers a great distance, almost a mark to Stewart. Gary Shaw held when not in position. He comes out now, gets past the tackle, screws it back down, looking for Dacos. No mark taken. Kelvin Moore takes the ball away, gets it up towards the half-back flank, but it's all Collingwood as Philip Walsh is first on the scene. He'll give the hand pass across. It bounces awkwardly for Hannibal. Not a good hand pass. And we find Swab coming in to get the hand pass across now to Robertson. Robertson gives a long hand pass to Payton. On now to Wallace. Wallace goes for the short kick and finds Matthews. Lee Matthews on half-forward line. Goes for the long kick. Kink in the position. Good call from Picken, and he takes an easy mark.
Picken in the last line of defence. With a beautiful pass from William. Straight to Michael Taylor, who chips one up in the air, propping towards Kink. And Gary Buckenara making sure he doesn't go on with it straight away. Dipier Domenico, easy as a lot.
Had a fine game.
Yes, he's got a marvellously strong game. Long at the half-forward line. Knights in front of Phillips. One grab. Can't complete it. Who's going to be the first to recover? In comes Tuck. Williams on his hammer. Phillips is there now. Williams will get away on this occasion. Short to Anthony Shaw. Ball to ground once. It's almost stopped to a walk as he has a look up towards the half-forward line. Cloaks in front. Taps it cleverly over the back towards Morwood. He gets tackled too quickly, however. Nipping in is Polkinghorne. He's out of trouble as he heads towards the boundary line and rolls over. So a throw in Collingwood's left forward pocket. The Woods trail by 31 points and desperately want a couple of quick goals. Mew. Free kick. He'll take it. Straight on with the handball to Green. He's able to run out of that half-back line, drifted over the centre. But Michael Taylor has come yards out in front of Matthews. He loses it, however, as Wallace goes short to the half-forward line. Matthews made the space there. This is danger because Knights has got yardage on Phillips. Picken intercepts, however. Well done, Billy. And away he comes. Richardson coming out. Loses sight of it. Walsh over the top. The handball came from Curran. Russo on the end to receive. Short to Matthews again in front of Tate. Now, he's got Tuck up forward with Williams.
Tuck's injured though, I feel.
Yes, he's certainly favouring one leg. Moncrief from Hine. Tried to centre the football for Shields. Flicks it in towards full forward. And Tuck